All right, you guys, page 2 of the review. Make sure you're reading the descriptions of each of the situations. dB is an altitude. Remember, altitude means 90 degrees. So if dB is an altitude, that means I have 90 degrees here. We want to find the value of x. Well, I got an expression for one of the angles. I have an expression for another angle, and for this triangle here on the right, I now have an expression, if this is 90 degrees, for all three. The only thing I know about all three angles of every triangle is that those three angles have to add up to 180 degrees. Well, I'll just take the three expressions. 4x minus 8, I'll take 10x minus 14, and 90 degrees. Those three, no matter what, have to add to 180 degrees. Well, if I combine like terms, I've got 14x, and then I got negative 22. So that is plus 68 if I combine it with 90. Take away 68 from both sides of the equation so I can get closer to getting x by itself. And then divide by 14. So what is 14 into 112? Well, that happens to be 8. X equals 8. Hope that's right. I didn't check my math on that. Think that's right. All right, here I've got a midpoint connected to another midpoint. That means this has to be a mid-segment problem. So this segment is called a mid-segment, and I know it's going to be half of the third side, the side it's not touching. Well, I know they're not equal, but if I doubled 24, then they would be equal. So remember, take the smaller piece and double it, and then you know the two will be equal. Well, this is a pretty simple one to solve. So I give you the exact same kind of problem. It's another mid-segment problem. Again, the smaller one, I would need to double it. If I double n plus 3, then I know it'll equal 42. So that's, if I distribute the 2, I've got 2n plus 6 equals 42. Minus 6 on both sides. That leaves me with 2n equals 36. If I divide both sides by 2, I find out n is 18. So here comes my third mid-segment problem, but this time we have not just one mid-segment, but we have all three possible mid-segments. So if we want to find x, the best part is all four of these triangles are the exact same, and this triangle in the middle here has been flipped horizontally and vertically, so it's going to be the same degree measure as this angle here. That's 37. This would be 37. This would be 37 as well. So if I want to find y, this is a mid-segment for the third side that it doesn't touch. So this has got to be half. That side's 12. This would also be 12. The whole thing would be 24. Y is just going to be 12. And then we play the same game again. This one's a little bit easier. They want to know what z is. Well, the congruence marks tell me z is 15. But again, 15, here's the mid-segment. If I needed to know this, this would also be 15 here, but I don't know. So 16 is the exact same problem. And again, this has been flipped upside down. This angle would be the same as this one, and this one. So x 36 degrees. Like I could have asked a bunch more questions. If that's 10, that's 10, that's 10. 6, 6, this mid segment would be 6. 8, 8, and 8. But they only wanted the angle measure, so that one's a little bit easier. These can look a little bit difficult, but they're not that bad. Just remember, if this measurement is the same as this measurement, then this has got to be, BD has to be the perpendicular bisector. So if this is 3.7, this is 3.7, and BD would be the combination of those two, which is 7.4. Same problem here. If this is the same as this, then these two pieces have to be the same, so I can make that equation 3n plus 5 equals 8 and minus 9. Subtract 3n from both sides. Add 9 to both sides. And divide by 5. So n happens to be, 5 goes into there 2.8 times. But they actually didn't ask for n, they want yz. So I would have to plug 2.8 into here. So instead of 8 times n, I would need to know what is 8 times 2.8, and then take away 9. Well, 8 times 2.8, 22.4. I think I'm doing that in my head. Take away 9, and I believe we're looking at 13.4. I hope you guys check my math on that. But that should be page 2 of the test